Well, this could take celebrity spotting to a new level. A new website's launched tomorrow. It's called justspotted.com. It will scan Twitter, Facebook and other social media for news on the whereabouts of the 7,000 celebrities in its database. They might be posted by the celebrity in question or perhaps someone who spotted them in the street, and overlay that on a map of the world. To discuss that, we're joined by Richard Hillgrove. He's one of the leading public relations experts and consultants in the UK. And thanks very much, Steve, for coming in. And also Mr. Holy Moly, who runs a celebrity website, and that's his name. He won't tell us what else.
Hello. Good morning.
Very good to talk to you. I've had a look at your website, and thanks for coming in. You obviously enjoy following celebrities. So do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea to have them, in effect, stalked?
They're not doing anything new. I mean, this was done quite a long time ago in the US by a website called Gawker,
which I've had a look at. And they do have a link to a thing called Stalker.
Gawker Stalker,
which is people sending, I guess, smartphone pictures and things. I think celebrities sitting having lunch outside a restaurant.
Yeah, I think there are two sides to it. There's the side to it where it's very difficult for this website to actually get the celebrity's whereabouts unless the celebrity posts their whereabouts in some way, shape or form on social networking, in which case my opinion is that the argument's rendered slightly useless, because if they don't want people to know where they are, then just don't tell anyone. A lot of celebrities manage to lead very private lives, some extremely large celebrities. You know, you don't hear about Tom Cruise going to the shops to buy milk. You only see.
Don't you?
I don't. You only hear about him when he's at a film premiere or if he's filming, etc., etc. So I think that one of the arguments is that the problem the celebrities, and certainly I'm sure Richard will have, is that it's taking the control out of the celebrities' hands and the PR's hands. So it's very difficult to control a celebrity's public image.
Richard Hillgrove, you're more comfortable with this?
I think the whole thing's very dangerous, and I think the reason that we're hearing reports that Twitter is backing away from it is that they were indeed involved in something else in a previous incarnation of the site, and now it's started a bit of a storm of controversy. They've now backed away, is because it's not about the celebrity industry and publicists saying where celebrities are going. That's the problem. Obviously, social media aggregating all that information from Twitter, because Stephen Fry participates in it, is not a problem. The problem is, the absolute proliferation of smartphone devices with web browsers and people in the street being able to divert where they're going to the food hall at Selfridges because Michael Caine's been spotted, and having a public paparazzi situation. So it's not cameramen, it's the normal public turning up. And just a few days ago, the British celebrity Jordan was spotted, not by the website, but spotted by some members of the public at a Indian restaurant in West Sussex, and was pelted by eggs by 6 people. Now, obviously, if the site does what it says on the tin and people can upload the whereabouts of Jordan, it could be 60 or 600 people pelting her with eggs outside the Indian restaurant in West Sussex.
But she'd probably think that was a successful evening out, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that's just
Tell us why.
Cynical.
Well, because it's not cynical. I mean, she lives and breathes by her celebrity profile. Without her public knowing every fathomable kind of fact about her life, she wouldn't exist. Now, the people would have. I see your point, but I refer to my earlier point, was if celebrities don't want people to know where they are, don't put it on social networking. It's that simple. And the day and age of people spotting celebrities, the only difference now is that they'll put it on Twitter or on Facebook rather than phoning up Piers Morgan on the News of the World.
But what Mr. Holy Moly fails to recognise is where the internet and this mobile web browsing device, everyone's going to have a smartphone in the next 12 months.
I recognise it quite well. It's my living.
I know, okay, we're obviously failing to recognise the fact that it's a danger to celebrities.
Well, okay, and I think you made that point, Richard, but what I'd like to know, Mr. Holy Moly, is would the readers of your website, because you're quite explicit about some of the things that you describe, would they like to go a bit further? Would they like to be gawping? Do they like to watch in inverted commas?
Well, to be perfectly fair, I've already got the kind of technical side of of the website that we're talking about isn't anything new, and I don't think they've ever even had any official endorsement or any official conversations with Twitter. All of this information is freely and publicly available to any website. I don't know about that,
because Twitter says that they had some kind of contractual arrangement with State.
Well, maybe, but they didn't need to, because all that information is just perfectly available via their APIs, which is the kind of packets of data that they release out to every website. I've got one on my website now.
The point is, it is not a danger if it's doing what Mr. Holy Molly says it's going to do. It's not going to have any real excitement or sex appeal if it doesn't evolve into the heat sensor-like tracking of celebrities. It's not about gossip. The service this provides and why it will gain traction is because it's following celebrities about and it's allowing the public the ability to do so.
Will you be able to advise celebrities how to avoid being tracked?
Well, that's the point. I think it's going to be international privacy laws are going to have to come into play, because obviously celebrities, as part of the industry, publicists tip off picture agencies when they go to the Ivy, but when they start dropping their kids at school and the coordinates of the school are uploaded onto the site, it becomes a real danger.
And is that going to happen?
Well, possibly, but then I referred to my even earlier argument. It was just like this is more about celebrities unable to control it. They can't switch on and off when they...
Can any of us control it?
Well, but why would anyone, and you and I, if we don't want people to know where we're eating, we just don't tell anyone. We just go and eat. There's no reason why...
Well, not if you're Scottish.
Unfortunately, I don't have to worry about being a
site.
celebrity, but it does strike me that everybody, really, if they want to, they can get this information.
I think this is a bit of a storm in a teacup, to be honest.
I don't think so. I think the main danger is going to come when traditional media, like, say, News of the World, still with, say, 10 million readers, has a footballer on the front cover like Wayne Rooney with an indiscretion, and people decide, like happened with the World Cup when someone went and approached David Beckham in the changing room. Someone decides, right, where's Wayne Rooney today? On the Sunday when the newspaper comes out, he's at shopping in Tesco's. Head down there and have it out with him. Why not?
It's gripping, and it'll certainly go on as a discussion. And thank you very much indeed. That's Mr. Holy Moly, who runs his own celebrity website, and Richard Hillgrove, leading PR consultant. Thanks very much indeed for coming into our studio. It's just an indication, really, of what we're all facing. Just happens to be the celebrities are got more people following them, at least. We assume that to be the case. We don't really know. They're out to get you just because you're paranoid and all of that stuff. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.